Welcome to the channel on the surf. Here is the family, Sandra, Hector and Jack. My name is Jimmy and we are the family that lives on the surf. Yeah, so here it is, an old computer case. I have had this computer case since I was basically in Hector's age, so it's really old. It's been repurposed and rebuilt a bunch of times. Right now it's upside down. That's just so it's gonna be easier to work with. I have just cut it out some of its interior. Here's the heater. Like I said, the computer case is upside down right now, so the heater needs to be upside down as well for the moment. The mounting plate, I'm just gonna bend the sides. Like so. So there. So yeah, now the fuel system is hooked up. I'm just gonna go and check on the kids, then we will continue. Yeah, as you probably noticed, the battery did run out, but there is about 1 gazillion videos on how to connect these. So I'm just gonna go through the setup. So there it is. The battery I had home. I thought it was small enough, but it wasn't, so I'm gonna get another battery that's thinner, so I can put on that side there. But yeah, here we have the display, and I haven't bundled up the cable for that because that display is also the thermostat. So let's say if I want to heat up a tent or a garage or something, I can just simply disconnect it and put the display inside. And it's just to fiddle it back, and there you have it. So let's see, the tank on the side, the pump filter, easy accessible. The air intake for the burner, a little hook for remote, so I don't lose it. Hot air coming out. The intake pipe as far away from the exhaust pipe as possible. Zip tied the fuel line to the intake hose and run the exhaust hose up. And the battery inside. As you can see, it's about 2 centimeters too wide, or actually not even that if I push it in all the way. So I'm just gonna get a thinner battery when it's set up. And yeah, you probably wonder why I'm doing this and why someone else would like to build it like this. Since it's they already exist, the standalone complete system, because those don't have a battery inside. When the spark plug, the glow plug, when it's turned on at the startup, it takes about 10 amps, but when it's up and running, it should take about 3 amps. This battery I have here is a 75 amp hour lead acid battery. That means I can use about half that, so say 30 amp hours, just to make it easy to count. And the heater takes 3. That means that the heater will run for 10 hours on this battery. And yeah, when I have fixed a smaller battery, I will drill a hole here, one hole here, put a bolt in each, write a plus and a minus sign there, and from the inside run a cable down to the poles on the battery. So if I want to have it running for a long time or just to charge the battery, I can just hook up the batteries and the clamps from the battery charger directly to these bolts, so I don't have to open it. So now it's time to fire this thing up and see if it works.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see.
As soon as we see this fuel line or fuel level goes into the heater, we should hear it roar. Almost a lot of air in the start. That's as it should be. Now it's at the inlet, so hopefully it will fire up now. Did you hear it? You can see a bit of exhaust coming out. Let's turn the temperature up to 24 degrees Celsius. Kan ni se henne pojkar? Nu är den igång. Titta här nu. Vad har ni nu bakom? Ja.
Den fick jag av gammel.
Ja, men det är ingenting vi leker med. Akta nu, för nu är det väldigt varmt här överallt. Så ni inte bränner er. Yeah, it's starting to get hot. At least at the exhaust port. No heat there yet, but it takes a while for it to warm up. Now it has hit the target temperature. The fuel pump has drastically reduced its frequency, and we will see as soon as it drops in temperature it will go down in these bars. But right now it's 15 degrees outside, it's set to 15 degrees, and when the fan speed goes down the voltage goes up. Yeah, and this is run without a silencer. So it's really quiet. But yeah, it works. I now have a portable standalone diesel heater. I'm just gonna order a battery for the remote and get a smaller 12-volt batteries to put inside the box. So yeah, here it is, now finished. And as you can see, the battery inside, I just found a small one. And from the positive terminal on the battery, I just run a wire up here to a bolt, put a piece of heat shrink on it to prevent accidentally shorting this out, and the same here from the negative on the battery up to this bolt. That means I can just hook up the battery charger directly here, so I don't even have to open the case. And yeah, everything around here is plastic, so no worry of shorting it out. I've added a couple of handles, bigger tank. I got that one with another heater. Yeah, it works really great. Easy to just carry with me. I've used it a bit, works really nice. And yeah, as you can see, I'm using this cheap green crappy fuel line. Don't ever use them. Throw them in the bin directly when you get them, and buy the hard nylon thing. It's a link down below. Those green, blue, yellow, red, or whatever, they will cause problem in the long run. I use them now because I didn't have any of those nylon hose left back home. I've ordered a bunch for when we install the heaters in the boat. So when I've done that, I'm gonna replace the fuel line in this with the real stuff, with what's left over from the boat install. And I got the Thruhull, so now it's just to put up some shelf in the workshop, so I can at least put the Thruhull in, so it has a permanent place in the workshop. And when I want to heat something else, I just disconnect the hose clamp and take the heater with me. And yeah, I did rerun the exhaust. So now it's just straight down, straight out. That's to prevent condensation in the exhaust hose. So there it is, a real standalone diesel heater. And yeah, I forgot one more thing. I've seen it on a lot of those pre-made all-in-one units. On this one we have the air outtake in the top and the display, and that also acts as a thermostat underneath. There is a lot of people who have bought those all-in-one units that has problems that the thermostat doesn't work. No kidding, it's a design fault. Those most of those have problem with that. They have switched the places on the display and the outlet. So the display is in the top and the outlet is here. And what will happen when you turn it on? Yeah, it blows out hot air. The hot air rises, hits the thermostat, and the thermostat thinks we are to the target temperature and slows down the heater. Really bad design. So if you don't want to build one of your own, but want to buy one of those all-in-one, make sure that the outlet is above the thermostat or the display. Yeah, so the next episode about the diesel heaters, that's gonna be when we mount them in a boat. And if you want to mount a diesel heater in a boat, there is a lot of things to think about. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. And if you want, jump over to my Patreon account, links down below. There is a lot more videos there and easier to get in contact with me if you have a question or two. So see you next week.